What is going on, everybody? For those who don't know, I go by Philly Mike, host of the Philly Talk podcast. But today, we got another pregame with the Battle Birds podcast, and we got a special guest. Y'all definitely know who this guy is. If you don't, then you definitely been living under a rock when it comes to Eagles content. Go ahead and just say your piece, LB, and then the other Battle Birds can introduce themselves.
What's up? You already know what it is, man. It's a little Brunson back at you with the back at you. Excited to be here with the guys again, man, because this is a special week, man. This is a week where we got to get this W, and I'm interested into seeing how y'all feel about, how we going to do it, man, because this, I think, is a must-win, but, we're going to get into that later.
Go ahead, Gates.
Oh, my bad. What's good, everybody? Steve, Gate City Sports Channel. Hey, this is a big game. This is a big game, and this is a game I've listened to analysts all week tell me how we couldn't beat the Baltimore Ravens. Look, I'm not saying this is an easy game, but I think they might be overrating Baltimore just a little bit.
You're
I
that
agree.
going on. Oh, y'all still going? My turn? I'm just asking. You're that, you know who it is, you know what it is, your boy Philly Fresh, aka the General, man. I'm here reporting for duty, man. The day is, man, we gotta get this done. We're gonna talk about how we gonna get in. We gotta talk about the things and the people that should stay away from the field. Let's get it, y'all.
Definitely. So let's start with going into what kind of Gate City said, and I'm going to get everybody's take on it. So, yeah, if you turn the TV on and they talked about the Baltimore Ravens versus the Philadelphia Eagles at the link, first time with fans, they pretty much said, why are we showing up today? Nobody's giving us a chance. We thought it was bad with the Niners and stuff like that. They're really saying that the Baltimore Ravens are going to come in here and walk all over us. How you feel about that, LB?
Listen, you're not going to walk over us the first game where we could have fans. That's just not happening, man. I don't care who you are. I don't care. You could be the Monstars from Space Jam. In Philly, when fans are there, you're not going to just come and do what you want to us. I feel like that ain't happening just because of the fan aspect in itself. And I'm used to people not giving us a chance. You know what I'm saying? The Ravens got some stuff that just jump off the radar to me that I think we could take advantage of. And I think it's going to be a little close, but I think we're going to make the proper plays to separate ourselves in the fourth quarter of this game.
Gate?
Look, what stood out to me as I was watching film on both of these teams is I'm interested to see what Baltimore does.
I think Gage just went out.
Did I go out? Can y'all hear me?
No, I can hear you.
So what I was saying is what interesting to me is to watch this inner battle between what they might do offensively versus our defense, because Baltimore is not really a motion offense with their wide receivers and stuff. Like, they'll move their tight ends and their running backs to get it into two-back sets and to get the right blocking scheme on, where he talks about hitting you with end arounds and stuff like that. So what I'm interested to see is, do they watch film of what's happened to Philly and watch how these defensive ends have lost containment in previous weeks and go right at us like that? I will say one thing people are sleeping on. Vinny Curry isn't just a good run defender. He's a great run defender. I trust Vinny Curry is not going to lose containment. So I do think that getting Vinny Curry back, getting Will Parks back, it's going to make a bigger difference than people think. Now, am I concerned about Andrews on any one of our linebackers? Yeah, dude, you can get all three of our linebackers on Andrews. I'm still concerned. But at the end of the day, man, I think people are overdoing it. I think they're overdoing it, man. I think they're overconfident in what's going on with Baltimore, to be honest. You got a quarterback out there with a bum ankle who's going to face a tremendous pass rush. Like, I'm not taking no excuses from this defensive line. You got to go get at it today. Today's the day where you earn the paychecks, middle interior.
Hey, I agree. Real quick before I get Philly Fresh's take, I wanted just to say what Be More Philly said, because he's actually in Baltimore. He said, I'm down here, and the talk ain't how the media is putting it out. They're a little nervous because Lamar is hurt and looking a little shaky. So we're getting some input for someone who's in the heart of Baltimore. The national media, as LB says all the time, media manipulation. So if Baltimore don't trust Lamar at this point, then maybe we have a better shot than we think. Go ahead, Fresh.
The disrespect will not be tolerated, and that's what you and that's what you got to preach in this locker room. Like, seriously, man. Like, It's funny, but it's real. Like you cannot be a 10-point underdog at home. They trying to act like we the Jets, yo. Like, I understand we've been struggling. Our record shows. But come on, man. 10 points? The last time we was 10 points, 10-point underdogs at home, it was at the Veterans Stadium, and Doug Peterson was the quarterback. Like, come on, man. This is too much, man. Now, hopefully this is, an energizer, because what did they say? Oh, our offense can't do nothing with the 49ers defense. We beat them. Oh, well, they had a backup quarterback. Our offense can't do anything against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Dropped 28 on them. We still lost, but you see the offense flourish. Dudes wasn't putting points up on Pittsburgh like that. Now it's always an excuse when we do something. Oh, well, they didn't practice for Fulgham. Why not? Why not? You seen them catch a 45-yard bomb the week before. So why didn't we practice for it? You know what I mean? To me, I feel as though we can pull out this dub. I never count my team out. And I think Gate City hit it on the head. Will Parks he's the key. He's really the X factor in this whole situation. You know what I mean? Vinny Curry, all right, cool. I'm not too high on Vinny Curry, especially we basically lose Casey Toohill because of Vinny Curry coming back, but that's another discussion for another time. But Will Parks is the key to me, man. Will Parks, and also you got to start Taylor. And not start, but you got to let Taylor play. You want to talk about Taylor as a project. What the hell does Nathan Gary look like out there? A freaking project to me. So you got to make sure that you get Bradley in. You got to make sure that you get Taylor in. We're going to need these speed linebackers, these side-to-side speed guys against a guy like Lamar Jackson. You know what I mean? People have been saying that, oh, he got an ankle injury. I understand that, but he's still faster than 99% of the quarterbacks in the league with that ankle injury. So he's still supposed to.
Hey, man, that's called the Lamar head start, bro.
Yeah. And you know what's interesting that a lot of people are not talking about? I think this is the game that Lamar – well, last week, the last game that the Ravens played, I think Lamar had a season high in pass attempts. He's not running the ball like that.
He's dropping
back. He is trying to beat you with his arm right now because I believe he is a little gimpy. And I don't trust in his arm. I think we could get a couple picks probably off this guy if our pressure is what we think it is. You know what I mean? If we can get some pressure on this dude and they're forcing him to stand in that pocket and throw and beat us with his arm, I think we got a real good chance.
Yeah, real quick, multiple times last week when I watched the film, you see where there were lanes for Lamar to take off, and he just didn't. Now, they did do a couple design runs. If they design a run, of course he's going to run. But the Lamar we know where he drops back, 3-4 seconds, nobody's open, see you, bye. It's not that. He's been lingering in the pocket, trying to wait for something to develop downfield, moving around a little bit back there, but not willing to take off, which plays to us. Russell Wilson, a great make-it-happen quarterback who scrambles. Last year, we sacked him, 5 or 6 times? When we came into this game against the Steelers, I was happy for our D-line because Big Ben loves to hold the ball. But let me tell you, the scouting reports out on the Eagles. The cornerbacks back off, get the ball out your hand quickly. I ain't never see a game where Big Ben was just dinking and dunking, slants and crossing routes, getting the ball out of his hand so quick to stop our pass rush. People come at our pass rush last week like, where is it? It's not good. No. If you only giving the pass rush 2 seconds to get at the quarterback, well, Reggie White and them boys can't get at it. You got to make them hold the ball a little longer. And so that's where Jim Schwartz got to adjust. He got to adjust and play him up. Listen, nobody likes Jalen Mills on an island. But I think if you put Jalen Mills man-to-man coverage and you have Lamar throw it to whoever Jalen Mills is covering, it's better than him taking off. So at this point, Mills on an island is scary. Don't get me wrong. We know that. He looked bad last week. But you just want to put Lamar in the most position where he's like, oh, I'm going to take this throw. And then we have a chance to beat him.
I think we need to play a little more press coverage. I think if you're going to play man, you're going to play some press. I think it give you a second and a half more of time that'll allow your defensive line, to get home and get to Lamar Jackson.
You got to play press coverage.
We never play press, though. I don't understand that. We never play press.
And it's crazy. It's crazy that Jim Schwartz been throwing people on the bus late. They asked him in his press conference, why don't you play press? He says it's up to the corners what they want to play. That don't even make any sense.
That don't make no sense, man. Come on, Jim.
This is your defense. And you can't come on, man. They don't get that choice because we say it. We know Darius Slay will want to play up bumper run coverage. You know what I mean? But with these receivers, these receivers specifically, you have to play bump and run. They're not the most talented, but they do got speed. But they're a smaller bunch. These are not big guys that if you push them, they won't move. You have to stop the rhythm, especially if Lamar Jackson is looking at time and throws. Time after time last week, we seen time and throws. You have to throw them off of that timing by bumping and running. That's why it's called bump and run coverage, because you bump them and then you run them off their route. I don't understand why Jim don't get it. I don't understand why this defense don't get it. Doug, you need to howl at Jim. Like, listen, we got to play up close with these guys, man. Like, and another thing, defense, please do not fall for the end around again. I'm tired of seeing it week after week. It started with Cooper Kupp, you know what I mean? And then the Cincinnati Bengals, they didn't take advantage of it. I don't know why. But you've seen it with Deebo Sanders. Then you've seen it with Chase Claypool last week. It seems like the league is like, you know what? We might not be able to run up the middle on these guys, but our wide receivers can get off anytime we want. That's a problem. Go ahead, Joe.
I agree. Go ahead, Gate.
I mean, for me, the way I look at it is this. I'm excited to see what we do from an offensive standpoint, because I feel like we have to get a little deeper into misdirection. We need to use the weapons that are around us. We need to use guys like Miles Sanders to confuse defenses. Use Jalen Hurts to confuse defenses. Let Wentz do more run past option stuff, RPOs. He's about 6th in the league right now, so it's not like they've abandoned it, but I think we need more of that in our offense. But in order for an RPO to work, you got to run the ball. That's the other side of it. Like, defenses have to legitimately fear that you might run the ball. We need to do more options. That's how you, like, if I'm Baltimore, what am I doing right now? I'm going to try to take away 3 guys from you. Miles Sanders, Zach Ertz, Travis Fulgham. I'll take my chances with everybody else. So if they're going to do that, then you got to go find them on the line. Move Fulgham around. I'd like to see Fulgham get an opportunity with some jet motion. Get the ball in Fulgham's hands. The kid looks like a playmaker to me. He just looks like a flat-out playmaker. Get the ball in Miles Sanders' hands. Miles Sanders doesn't touch this ball at least 20 times. At least 20 times today. I think there's a big problem. There's a large problem. You got to find a way of getting it into Miles Sanders' hands. Like, we're limited in personnel. Use what you got. Go ahead.
Yeah, use it, man. No, I agree, man. Like, everything you said, I agree with. The thing about the RPO is this. Sometimes, like, a lot of that, I feel like, is dependent on what Carson Wentz sees and what he wants to do. Sometimes it's a good idea to, like you said, let that ball stay with the running back and let him go. But sometimes I feel like Carson Wentz, I watched a lot of film where Carson Wentz just pulls it back and he looks to throw the ball, where you could have just gave it off on some of those attempts. So that's the thing that's scary to me about the RPO, because it's 2 options. There's 2 ways you can go. Either the run would have worked or the pass will work, but I think Carson Wentz sometimes get greedy with that. I want to see Miles Sanders' number called. This is a run play. You can't change it to nothing else. This is a run play. I think we need some more of that before we can start trusting Wentz more with the RPO. But at the same time, man, I'm scared for the defense, man. I'm scared for the defense because no adjustments are made. When you see a guy like Claypool doing whatever he wants, basically running up and down the field, not being touched, nobody even attempts to bump him because they're so afraid of his speed. I mean, we scared in the secondary sometimes, man. And I don't want Hollywood Brown to start getting hot, and then we fall into that same trap of backing off of him because he got some speed. I think you got to come out and be aggressive, push these dudes around from the beginning, and let these dudes know where they at. They in Philly. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no walk in the park. This ain't no walk in the park. And look, what happened to Joe Burrow? Put Lamar on his ass too. Same way. Hey, I'll take the 15 yards. Do it in the beginning. First quarter, get it over with. Let him know. We don't care about how pretty your hair is. You just want MVP. Put him on the dirt one time, and let's see how you respond to that.
Hey, you're right. But do it early where if, we can regain control after that. But shout out to Tone DeShields II for a 99 super chat. He said, y'all making great points about the swing plays. Keep dropping that dope content, fellas. Fly equals fly. You're right. And I saw Gate City's post today, his community post about Miles Sanders touches. I clicked that 20 piece. I think that was the highest one. I thought last time I checked, it was like 66%. Said he should touch it 20 times. Listen. if we can't run the ball, which we should be able to a little bit better because their D tackle, I forgot his first name, Williams, he's out due to COVID-19. So that helps the run game up the middle. But if we can't run it, okay. This guy had the most deadliest double move I've ever seen a running back do. It looked like a pure wide receiver double move against the Rams where Carson missed him. We've seen his rookie year, caught deep balls against the Lions, a good pass against the Washington football team, a deep ball against the Vikings. Use Miles Sanders in any way, shape, or form. Just because we can't run the ball don't mean he can't catch it in the flats, the screens, put him in the slot. Use this guy. Alvin Kamara sometimes in the first quarter get you 15 fantasy points and only has 10 yards rushing because they use Kamara different ways. And I'm not saying he's Kamara, but he has the potential to be a player like a CMC and a Kamara. You just got to draw up plays for him. But real quick, this is for Philly Fresh. Oh no, this is for Gate City. This is Gate City's super chat. I don't know.
It's a good troll, man. It's a good use of a troll.
Yeah, but he gave it to you though, at least though.
All right, Jim Schwartz, what's up, bro? Glad that you're a lifelong fan of the podcast. You sound the best deep coordinator.
I got a couple.
What game we talking about?
I got a couple like that. I got a guy named Shannon Sharp. These dudes crazy sometimes.
It's creative.
Definitely. So, all right. So, if in this game, how do you think the Eagles should attack at least the first quarter? We've been starting off slow again in the first quarter. What would you want to see the first 15 scripted plays? Go ahead. Anybody want to go first on that one? What do you want to see out of the first 15 scripted plays? So what type of offense you want to see?
Out of the first, mine's going to be quick. Out of the first 15 plays, I need to see at least 7 runs. I need to see some screens. I need to see stuff that we haven't done in a long time. I want to see a screen dialed up, 7 run plays, and I want to see some play action dialed up, and I want to see some deep shots. You could do all that in 15 plays. Mm-hmm. I think if you mix it up and get them off their game and, see what's working for you early, I think that's a good approach. But I need to see 7 running plays.
7 running.
Preferably on first down. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's cool, LB. 7 running plays. I want to see 7 points. You know what I mean? My 15 scripted plays. Like, here's the thing with me, right? I want you to put pressure on this defense from the rip. You have to try to score first and score often early. You know what I mean? Because this is how you beat the Ravens. You don't let them sit around and let Lamar Jackson can play with the clock and run the ball around and all. No, you got to score on these dudes. In the first 15 scripted, I need to see some Zach Ertz. I'm tired of him not being a person of interest. You know what I mean? It seems like Carson Wentz has lost his trust in him. I think he needs to find a way to gain that back. And I feel as though this is the game that he can do it. A lot of people want to talk about these linebackers. These linebackers are not cover linebackers, for real. They stop the run. They do very well stopping the run. But they're susceptible to a guy like Zach Ertz, who has been a better route runner than I've seen to this year. I don't understand why his route running is not as crisp as it usually is. I don't understand the fortitude of him not going after footballs. It's to the point that I'm pissed off at. I ain't gonna lie to you. Y'all know how I feel about Zach Ertz right now.
Apparently that costs a few more million.
I guess so because he's seen Peters get paid. And I told y'all when we all went live, I told y'all we can't bend the knee on Peters. And now look at it. Now look what happens. You know what I mean?
I remember that.
Yeah. Like now look what happens, man. And I blame Howie and I blame Jeffrey Lloyd for this. Because first of all, here's the thing, real fast, and I'm gonna let you go, Gates. A lot of people don't know this. Like I got a kind of like an inside source, but they told Zach Ertz that he was supposed to get paid. They kept putting him on a back burner. They kept reconstructing his contract, and they told him, "We're going to pay you." So now when it's time to ante up, y'all don't pay me, and then y'all turn around and bend the knee for Jason Peters. I'm gonna feel some type of way too. But the difference is I'm still going to go out there and ball because that has nothing to do with Carson Wentz. That has nothing to do with the offensive line. That has nothing to do with the defense. I'm still going to give him my all because I know I'm a football player. I'm not here just for the money. I'm here to win. You know what I mean? That's why I'm mad at Ertz. But I get why he mad. Go ahead, Joe.
You want to hit the 3 super chats real quick, Mike?
Yeah, we could get that. Let's do so this go ahead. He said Brunson talk that talk 299 super chat.
Appreciate you, bro.
Jim Schwartz came back with one more thing. Go ahead and get that gate.
My defensive king fan is impenetrable.
Hey, we gonna need to see that, and I think this is for you too as well, Gate.
All right, Philly fan D, what's good, my guy? Channel member. Thanks all making my day great. Let's go. Yes, sir. All right, you want to go first, Mike, or you want me to
go? Go ahead. You got it.
All right. First 15 plays, so scripted plays. Look, man, I think both of these guys had really good takes, which is Brunson was, for the love of God, run the ball a little bit, please. You know, you got the Yodak gang up above me here talking about, look, I don't care what you do, just put points on the board. I'm gonna say to add a little bit to it. Look, they got to get Miles Sanders involved, man. They got to start, get number one, Carson Wentz. I love him to death. He's my guy, but he is holding the ball a little too long. And I can go and show you guys time to throw. He's holding it a little longer than he did the season prior. We need to speed him up a little bit because we got 4 out of 5 offensive linemen down. We're in there max protecting. Like, I'm not saying don't take deep shots, but, pick your times for it. Screen game. Screen game is going to be big for me. I think we got to work running backs in the screen game. We got to get guys that, are used to eluding tackles back there, on the screen game. In addition to that, guys, there's a play that Seattle does a lot. And I love this play because Seattle, they're a little bit of a West Coast, a little bit of a spread offense. More so, they're a little bit of whatever Russell Wilson can give us, right? They run this play to where they'll bring 2 receivers in tight. They put them in tight to the formation, right? And they get a vertical element going downfield, but then they cross them. I'd love to see that. Give me a guy like Hakeem Butler, if he's active today, with that big frame, those big hands. Dude got 10-inch hands, man. Put him out there with a Travis Fulgham, run them on that vertical stem route where it crosses downfield and see if we can't get them. Because them dudes right there can go up and take a ball away. They don't need the ball perfectly placed. Just give us a shot. We'll go get it. I would love to see stuff like that, man. I would love to see Quez Watkins get some play. I'm not asking for Quez Watkins to touch the ball and get, 7-8 targets, but, mix him up a little bit in the offense. Give him some jet motion. You know what I mean? Give him a quick screenplay. Give him, give him an opportunity to use that speed. If you can get, if you can max protect and roll the pocket, keywords, roll the pocket, maybe give them an opportunity to stretch the defense if they're focusing on Fulgham. Try to hit them with someone like that. I think if you hit Hightower in stride, Hightower can punish you. But I don't think Hightower is a contested catch guy. I broke him down when I did his film segment a long time ago, and I said, the dude does everything right but locate the ball in the air. I don't know what it is. I can't explain it to you. I don't know if it's just timing. I don't know if it's something to do with his eyesight, hand and eye coordination. I don't know. But the dude, it was like that at Boise State too. Same kind of problem. But if you hit Hightower in stride, he's dangerous.
I think they're gonna connect. I think they're gonna connect on one of them. My bad.
They were close. They were close. They were real close last week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see it coming, man. But go ahead.
You can pull in 10 attempts. You would hope that at least one of them, they're going to pull it down.
Yeah.
At some point, you got to pull one down. But I mean, look, Hightower gained separation, man. That's the one thing I've always said about this kid. It's weird. He's a really good route runner. He does all the little things right. All those little things that add up to the big things. He does them right. It's there, man. I'm telling you guys, it's there. They just need to be creative with scheming these guys open.
Yeah, I think he's, to add to that, Gates, I think he's really dangerous at the double move, too. I think Hightower is deadly at the double move. And I think he can draw way more pass interference calls if we could, call his number more. Because he got some quicks, and he's big.
So I want to know, so what y'all think about Quez? Y'all think Quez going to get some type of burns? You know what I mean? Like, what kind of impact do y'all think that he's going to make on the game? If any at all?
Yeah, I think we'll see a little bit more of him as well, especially with both Deshaun and Alshon not returning. And when they do return, they can't take TF13 snaps. We all talked about that all week. No way, no how. However, Quest came in late in the Pittsburgh game. He was the one who drew that pass interference play. So he came in, and as soon as he came in, I don't think he was in much, but when he was in, I think he was in like 2 or 3 snaps. Carson went at him pretty early. We do know they had a little rapport in training camp. In training camp, Quez was like that standout dude for Carson Wentz before TF13 took off. You know, John Hightower had his days too. Even JJ had his days in training camp long ago. But I will say this. I think Quez come out, get maybe a handful of snaps, 10 snaps. Hopefully, I think, again, the coaching staff is going to look at these receiving core like who's next? We see TF13 come out and make a name for herself. We see John Hightower getting separation on the film, but at this point, it's like a wide receiver by committee. Whoever comes out and starts balling, you got to stay with the hot receiver. So right now, I think Quez is lower than Greg Ward Jr. He's probably, I don't know why, but in the coaching staff's mind, probably lower on a depth chart than even JJ Arcega-Whiteside. But if he comes in early, gets a couple plays, you see him evaluate up, drop JJ down. I think that's what we'll see. And real quick before I turn it over, go ahead, Gate. Read that one real quick, and then I want to read one for Philly Fresh.
All right, BMO Philly, what's good, man? He said, Gate City, I actually bet with NC State over Duke. Bro, I'm sick about that game. I'm glad the NC State won it. I'm sick we lost Devin Leary at quarterback. Like, we finally find a guy, and now he breaks his fibula, and he's out 48 weeks. Like, I'm sick about that game, dude. That one hurt my stomach for real.
And real quick, Fresh. So that last Jim Schwartz thing was for you. I mistakenly said it was for Gate, so that was your super chat.
Hey man, if it's up there, it's for all of us. I ain't. Yeah. You know, it don't matter to me.
I'm just letting you know. He said that now. He said he's gonna run Sticks defense because I didn't let you read it. So.
Hey man, that's another thing. I'm not gonna see. Go ahead.
I don't. Listen, if I see Sticks defense,
I'm gonna throw my.
I think I'm gonna take it back. I'm gonna take it back to this monitor right here. If I see Sticks defense, and I'm gonna email Jim. I'm gonna email him and say, Jim, this is what you made me do by running this crazy defense, man. I can't. That's the one thing I can't see. I think my kids, they 4 in 1 month. They don't even like Sticks defense. I talk about it so much. It's ridiculous. But I think that Lamar. Man. I think Lamar is. I think Lamar is trying to pass more. I think it's crazy. It's crazy. I agree. I think a lot of guys right now are really taking into consideration what happened with Dak Prescott. If you got a nagging injury and you're a running quarterback, I think that weighs into Lamar. He didn't get paid yet. He don't want to have nothing like, you know what I'm saying? I think Lamar gonna try to take it easy until he get paid. And we need him to be scared. We need him to take it easy because we need this win. Our guy has no fear. He knows what can happen. You know what I mean? Our guy has no fear. He knows what can happen. He knows what it's going to feel like when it happened. He ain't going to cry. He can be like, damn, here we go again. It's probably the end for me. But these other guys are scared to walk down that path Carson Wentz already walked down. I'm telling you, man, what happened with Dak Prescott, a lot of these guys that's running around, I think they're gonna pump the brakes a little bit for the rest of the season.
Hey, that was a good comment that you just had put. I know. Go over the super chat. My bad.
Now go. Which one are you talking about?
The one that you just pulled up. Get your super chat out the way first, bro.
All right, shout out to Tone to Shield with the $1.99 super chat. He said, I pray we stick with the young guys. Yeah. And listen, how do you guys feel about this? Look, this could be the future wide receiving core for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I like this. You got TF13 at the X.
That's what I was about to
say. At the Y. You got Dallas Goedert at the tight end position. We got some extra money because we somehow got rid of Zach Ertz. We got maybe some draft picks or something. You got Greg Ward Jr. in the slot, a healthy Miles Sanders, and whenever we can get a healthy offensive line, I think that can be a productive offense in this league.
Don't forget Dallas Goedert.
Yeah, exactly. As long as we can keep Dallas Goedert. And I like it. All young, all talented. They mesh because Greg Ward Jr. It loves that underneath stuff, sitting inside zones. Jalen Reagor take the top off, and then TF13 just eat across the whole platform. We got to get
him on the field, Mike. We got to get him on the field, man. Like missing guys like Reagor right now, missing guys like Dallas Goedert right now. Like finding Fulgham to be a natural X receiver, a boundary side receiver, is a big blessing. If you had a natural Z and a natural slot like Rager to complement him, a guy like Dallas Goedert who can eat you up across the middle, like there's no telling, Miles Sanders in that backfield, like
But Gates, I think that's what he's saying. He's basically saying when healthy, this offense, this young core of offense, even the offensive line, who I think has to grow, but has time to grow. Like, I don't understand. Like, we seen and we heard so much about Mailata being bad in camp. We heard about Matt Pryor being good in camp. It seemed like a whole Roververse in the games. Drawing a lot of them balling. I'm sorry, y'all. I understand they've been giving them help, little chips here. Sometimes it looked like they're helping, but they're really not. They're running out routes. They got Zegers in the backfield. They doing this and doing that on his side. But I seen him holding it down. Like, literally by
He been holding his own. He been holding his own.
Because he's so big, because he's so big of a guy, it's hard for defenses. Like, even if you do a swim move, even if you slap his hands down, what is going to happen is he's going to be backing up. But because he's so big, you can't go anywhere with this dude. This dude looks legit. He looks better than Dillard. You know what I mean? And like the guys that you was naming, Mike, you got Miles Sanders, you got Goddard, you got Quez Watkins, Hightower, Fulgham, Greg Ward. That's your core right there.
The future is here. The future is here. It's already on the roster. You just got to weed out. Listen, and last time we streamed, guys, remember how so much I was against? No, Zach Ertz got to stay. Zach Ertz got to stay. Yeah. Nah, bro, I completely changed that tune, bro. Listen. Hey man, you listen. I come on this side anytime. I'm over there now. You don't even know already. I moved in the basement on that side. You don't even know I was already over there, bro. Yeah. Bro.
It's glad to see you here, man.
He can go because after that last game, if he now, in some ways, I look at football the same way as I look at basketball. If he runs his whole route and forced the ref to call that call, he got the contact and just fell away. You got to force a whistle like that.
You run through him.
You got to flail. You got to throw your arms up. You know what I'm saying? You got to do something because it was illegal contact. If he runs his route, there's no interception, and we get the whistle. Dude just gave up. He just gave up on the play. You know what I mean? And I don't listen. Dallas would have forced it. Dallas would have forced that call, man. The collision would have been so brutal with Dallas and the defender that you got to throw the flag. And you got to play 100 miles an hour, man, on timing routes like that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I know when somebody quit. That's one thing I know. I can see your heart on the screen, bro. Yeah. I know when somebody quit. Now, Gary ain't quit. Gary ain't quit. He just getting cooked.
He's just not good.
Yeah, he ain't quit. He's giving 110%. He just ain't panning out for him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Zach, man, we all seen Zach play at an elite level.
Get that feet to move on that last play, bro.
Man, that's stumble. I was about to say that stumble, man. That wasn't 110%, man. Like,
what'd you say,
how do you? It seemed like he knew he was going to get burnt, so let me stumble to make it look better. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I agree with everything you said until then. Like that, we already knew it was going to be barbecue chicken. But the thing is, it's like, I blame Jim Schwartz. I gotta blame Jim Schwartz, man. You want to blame Rodney McLeod and all that? Nah, I ain't trying to hear that. Rodney McLeod should have never have been in that predicament to where as though they was basically playing quarter zone. You know what I mean? To where as though he got a pick between Juju Smith-Schuster and Claypool. Now, I probably would have went to Nate Gary's side, but Nate Gary shouldn't have been on the field at that point at any time. When it's 5 wide receivers, there's no way Nathan Gary should be on the field.
There should have been a timeout immediately.
Yeah. You didn't have to call it, but here's the thing, bro. You don't have to call timeout because it was already a stop of the clockish. So you can like when you're on the field, you can see what kind of personnel they have out there. Once you see 5 wide receivers, Nathan Gary, sit you behind on the pond. You know what I mean?
But I'm saying even if you didn't see it and you saw it when they lined up.
If you didn't see it, then you should be fired as a head coach. As a defensive
at the minimum, it should have been a timeout. You know what I'm saying? And then you gave Ben the time. Ben Roethlisberger had the time to say, "Oh, it's sweet right here." Basically, you do this, you do that. It is coming to you. Like, come on, bro. How sweet are we?
He definitely
Right.
like but as you see, Nickel Roby-Coleman knew it. He's trying to tell Nathan Gary to back up. Nathan Gary's just locked in, ignoring him, and it was a wrap. But also you can tell that Nathan Gary was trying to play, because remember, it was 3rd and 8 as well. So Nathan Gary got in his head, not touchdown. He's got in his head, he's going to try to get a first down. So he played, you can see his body language. He played the sticks. First of all, he's already not fast enough to keep up with Claypool, but you see him slow down at that 8-yard mark. You realize, it's over. But I wanted to say
Jim Schwartz's fault. That play is Jim Schwartz's fault.
Oh, 100% Jim Schwartz's fault. Maybe he'll come back in here and tell us how it's not his fault. But yeah, man, we're going to have a lot better effort when it comes to this. And as you were saying about Zach Ertz giving up, he's pulling his best Xavier Woods. We can't play 100%. We can't go 100% for 70 plus plays. But
talking about me and Carson trying to get some extra work in. I was not trying to hear that this week, bro. I wasn't trying to hear it. Oh, we get some extra work in. Come on, bro. Now I think they're gonna force him the ball. I think they're gonna get him involved today, though. But come on, bro. Come on, this is Zach Ertz, bro. Now they're questioning if you top 3 because you had 2 bad weeks. That's how they do Philly. Let Kittle have 2 bad weeks. They're not gonna question if he top 3 no more.
LB,
you know what I mean? They question who he is now.
LB had more than 2 bad weeks.
Who's your tight end in fantasy?
My tight end in fantasy? Come on, man. You already know who it is. Zach Ertz.
Yeah. So like you said, real quick. He said he was on the Zach Ertz train because, listen, in the offseason, we were talking the little murmurs of we can't pay 2 tight ends. Like LB was saying, he was on the side. We got to keep Zach Ertz. My man drafted him in fantasy. He was ready. And now he said he moved out. He's done with that take. Listen.
Bro, now I can't I can't trade him for Aguilar now. Aguilar balling. I can't get him off for Aguilar. I tried to move him for Aguilar. Nobody don't even want that trade.
Exactly. Let me get these quick things out of the way, and then we're gonna.
Kirsten said Mark Andrews over Ertz.
Hey, in fantasy, it looked like it right now. Mark Andrews balling. What's his name? Lamar Jackson.
And the dude in Tennessee.
Yeah, he throws to him all the time. And that's one thing we got to watch out for. Like, Lamar Jackson is going to lock in on Mark Andrews all game. He will get the ball to Hollywood Brown and Duvernay. Duvernay is the one who took that wide receiver reverse for like 60 yards against the Bengals. So I shouted out Gate in my video because he used to hate Duvernay for a little bit, and he came around at the end as a pretty good slot receiver. But yeah, man.
I still don't personally like him, bro.
I know you don't. Well, I don't like him this week either. Now that
I'm terrified of those jet sweeps. I'm terrified.
Yeah. No, I think you pointed out to me. Yeah, I think Mike. I think you said it to me where you were the first one to say it to me and say, "Hey, Gabe, break him down next to Emmanuel Sanders and tell me if he doesn't seem to line up to you a little bit." And then when I kind of watched both their films, like, yeah, I see where you're coming from. Like, there's definitely is a little Emmanuel Sanders to his game.
Hey, still on these jet sweeps real fast, because I want to know your perspective of it. Because me personally. I want to know who fault y'all think it is. Do y'all think it's the defensive end's fault that they're crashing down, or do y'all think it's the linebacker's fault? Me personally, how y'all feel about the Howie rumors? Me personally, man, I kind of think it's the linebacker's fault. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're laughing at the next Jim Schwartz one, right?
Hey, yo, I'm sorry, man. Hey, yo, this dude is who is this dude, man?
Don't nobody know, man.
Bro, whoever you subscribe to, Jim, give them your address. They'll pass it on to me. Or you can subscribe to me and pass it on to me. If the Eagles beat the Ravens, whatever you want out the merch store, you can get. Whatever you want, I will mail it to you. Hoodie, hat, socks. I got socks coming. I got ski mask. Whatever you want, Jim, you could get it if y'all get this win, bro. The first one I did I did a $200.
I'm still waiting on my keychain.
I wanted it so bad. I had to put it in the atmosphere. I got them in the drawer downstairs, and it just came in. Some more orders, man. It just came in. You're gonna make me drive to your house and put it in the mailbox, bro.
Hey, man, I have to go to your house, bro. My keychain, man. I got a lot of keys, man. But see, where I'm messing up is I should just put them on a website, because it's like a guy that takes care of that once the order come in. It's up to me to mail the keychain out. And bro, I'll be forgetting what day of the week it is half of the time. I got so much shit going on.
Oh yeah.
So, hey Mike, let me ask you this.
But to answer my question,
go ahead, Reese. I'm sorry.
No, yeah. Oh, so y'all ain't hear the question that I asked y'all?
Nah, what did you say?
On these jet sweeps, like who do y'all blame more? Is it the defensive ends or is it the linebackers? To me, I gotta look at the linebackers. I understand you want to say, all right, the defensive ends shouldn't be crashing down as much as they are, or they should try to get upfield more. I get that. But still, when it's somebody following in the middle of the field, I think that's the linebacker position, even if you're playing zone or man. Which I think.
Linebackers.
I think it's linebackers.
To me, it's both. It's both. The ends. To me, the ends are your first line of defense against that play. So if they over pursue, you know what I'm saying? Now you're at that second level. The problem is that if our D line doesn't keep guys off the linebackers, we're in trouble. Like we're in trouble real quick.
But in a perfect world, though, Gates, because I know you watch a lot of film. So when the end is supposed to set the edge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Once he sets the edge, it's up to that linebacker to shoot that gap. A lot of times we don't shoot the gap. Right. Yeah. A lot of times we don't shoot the gap, and he runs right in between that defensive end and 25 yards.
Yeah, the mic should be filling the play, and he should be bouncing outside with it. But we just don't right now. You know, you're down TJ Edwards, and then they're not giving Sean Bradley the playing time other than those goal line plays. You know what I'm saying? We just don't have anyone that can shed. They can't really stack and shed linemen like that. So I mean, they're getting eat up. It's gonna be interesting to me. You took me right into where I was going. That's the funny thing, Reese. I was gonna ask, do you guys see 3 linebacker sets today? So basically meaning Sean Bradley's gonna get more playing time, or do you see more big nickel? Basically meaning Kavon Wallace is gonna get more playing time today.
I
see more big nickel.
All right, go ahead.
Definitely.
I see more big nickel because you want to have a safety that can definitely cover Andrews. So I see more big nickel. Because I don't think we have no linebackers that could cover Andrews.
No, I don't either.
That's Will Park's job. Got to be as long as he can play the amount of snaps we need him to. You know, he hasn't played for a while. You saw what's his name, Miles Sanders, the first game back when he just didn't have that training camp. He's talking about he was gassed in the fourth quarter. So the way our defense be on the field a lot, hopefully Will Parks can play the amount of snaps we need to. But Kavon Wallace did pretty good. Of course, he got beat up by George Kittle. Who wouldn't as being a rookie? You know what I mean? So anybody but a linebacker on Mark Andrews would be better. But I like what Will Parks can do. I know Gates said he broke that down, but you saw what he was able to do against Darren Waller for the Oakland Raiders when he played for the Broncos. Yeah. He's that fit in the slot where he can match up physical, and he also can match up with someone who has speed because he was able to slow down Tyreek Hill. I just love his game in that big nickel position, definitely. But real quick, shout out to Salty 69 years ago. If Lamar can't run, he's going to walk out of this with an L. I'll take it. That's all that matters. We need to get this dub.
Yeah. Well, we already, Kristen, in my opinion, it's going to be Jalen Mills. They might bounce Will Parks outside here and there and play off that matchup a little bit because they both of them have that ability to play inside outside. I would anticipate you got Miles Boykin on the other side, who's 6'4", 220-pound guy. I think Jalen Mills matches up against those type of dudes pretty well. Me personally, I would keep Mills on Boykin. I would not allow him to try to cover a guy like, I definitely would not allow him on Duvernay. I think that's just
Hollywood Brown.
Or Hollywood Brown. I think Slay needs to follow Hollywood Brown. I mean, if Hollywood Brown goes in there taking number 2, he needs to go follow him, bro. Like, I don't care. Wherever Hollywood Brown goes, I need to see Darius Slay right beside him because I just don't think we have anyone else on this roster right now that's going to keep up with him.
Speed-wise.
You got to listen, man. I ain't saying you got to take nobody out. You got to put a hit on Lamar. It got to be a good collision. One time, take the flag. Take the flag, please. Take the flag, bro. You got to do it.
My man, I think we need to do bounty. What's the game? He got the bounty.
No, it ain't a bounty. It's old school football. Let him know you're around. Just let him know you're around. Let him know you're around. Same way we did to Joe Burrow. It toughened him up. Lamar been getting a lot of this. Everybody looking at Lamar like he a superstar now. They starstruck, letting him run all over the place like he a goddamn Madden player. No, put something on him, man. Listen, I'm telling you, man, I got a lot of Raven fans hitting me up, man. Listen, we gonna put something on him today. He ain't gonna be running no more.
Yeah, you gotta. I mean, I agree. But my thing is, I don't think it got to be a dirty hit. I don't not be dirty, but I don't think it got to be a. I don't think it got to be a penalty type hit. Like we seen the hit that Darius Slay. You seen the hit that Darius Slay put on the receiver at the beginning of the Pittsburgh game. Like a hit like that. That's what I'm talking about. You set the tone.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You set the tone. You get the crowd. You get the crowd into it, because that's a factor that we have not talked about yet. You know what I mean? You get the crowd into it, and you sit there and you let everything come into fruition with this defense, man. It's to me, this defense has always played better with the fans. Like that's just facts. I don't know why, but that's just facts. You know what I mean? So I think that plays a big, because that 7,000, man, it's gonna sound like it's 20,000 in there. We already know what's going on. They're not gonna social distance. It ain't gonna be no mask on. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna be none of that. It's gonna be a whole bunch of drunken people out there having a ball, because it's the sixth game of the season, and it's the first home game that people can go to. They're gonna be out there bugging. They're gonna be out there booing if things don't go right. We already know that. But I feel as though, man, having the energy of the crowd, and if you get a big hit like that, big hits and long passes, long touchdown passes, get the crowd going more than anything else in the National Football League. You know what I mean? So if you can do both of them, I think that will be just fine.
So, hey, Bobby Stevens, I don't know who the super chat's for, but I just want to touch on it real quick.
Go ahead, do it.
So,
you got it.
All right, I'll read it out for you.
You might as well read it. Yeah, you might as well read it.
Yeah, those Howie rumors, I have a feeling it's true, because when Jim was asked why Davion Taylor or Sean Bradley isn't playing over Gary, he said, I don't make those decisions. That blows my mind. It doesn't blow my mind, because you have to understand the way that rosters are set, and the way that, like, it's not necessarily your coordinators who are in charge of the rotation. Okay? The rotation sometimes comes from the positional groups. So what he's probably saying is that's Ken Flagel's role. He sets the rotation. It's just really bad timing with all the crap that broke with Howie to then kind of like lead that in. But I think he's really pointing towards Ken Flagel and saying Ken Flagel makes those decisions.
But they also said, though, Gates, that Howie was responsible for deciding who's active and inactive.
Sure. But I think if you're looking at it, like there's some common sense to that, though. If you're looking at it from a guy, like you spend a second round pick on them, right? Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
When the fan base starts getting on you and saying, yo, why is this dude inactive week one when you said he was more than a backup quarterback and you got my man inactive? You get what I'm saying? Like, then I think that's where Howie might get involved and be like, yo, guys, we can't be, we can't have this dude inactive. Like, you're going to have to bring him up on the active roster.
Yeah. Well, real quick, regardless, whatever it is, we just got to make sure at the end of the day, Howie stays in Howie's lane. There's nobody who should be telling Doug who should be active on game day, for the simple fact he's there in practice. He sees what's going on. Is that why a Mac Hollins stayed on the field so long? Is that why a Greg Ward wasn't brought up so long? Is that why TF13, who supposedly Jalen Mills, I went back and looked for the press conference. Jalen Mills has said this man was catching everything. This was before he became TF13, when he was just a Travis before. What are the reasons why we're not getting this talent evaluated?
Like I can tell you with 100% certainty, when you look at from the receivers, it's absolutely what happened. I can tell you with 1,000% certainty that's what happened.
JD was,
and you spent a second round pick last season, and then you turned around this season and you spent a first, a fifth, and a sixth. I'm pretty sure
you
he was
going
to
justify it. You got to justify it.
Yeah,
you got to justify it. But then at the same time, you got to put the team in the best situation to win. Listen, we all make mistakes. If I go out here and buy a car for $1 million and then it's one on sale the next week for $10, I got to eat that mistake, because I'm gonna take the $1 million one back and get the $10 one. I made a mistake, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Listen. It's dudes that don't even play football who probably are better than some of the receivers and linebackers that we got out there. It's the best man available should get the job. It don't matter, if we go by that, Tom Brady should be benched. You know what I'm saying? It just don't make no sense to me, man. If a guy catching everything in practice, you practice how you play the game.
Correct.
I just don't get it.
Mere slag, bro. Come on, man. I'm not burning nobody's house down, bro.
Hey, real quick, shout out to Dion Gunner. Go ahead and you don't got to do another super chat, but just rewrite what you said in the super chat and I'll bring it up. But it's not letting me go back that far to get you if I missed you. If it's for LB or whoever it's for, just rewrite it. I'll pull it up. But we got about 15 more minutes before we get off and do our little game day rituals, trying to get this dub. We got 327 people watching. We appreciate you guys 100%. Do me a favor. We are live on 3 different channels, so you might not be watching in the spot. That's why you're like, there's not 300. We are live on the Philly Talk podcast, Philly's Freshest channel, Gate City's channel, and next week, if we get LB to come on here, which I think he came in and gave some great insight, we might be able to get live on all 4 channels the next time. However, smash that like button if you think the Eagles are going to get a W or keep it close, or just come out and play with some heart in Philly. It helps the stream. It's free. It's easy. Smash that like button. But we're going to go to Philly Fresh's little segment that he keeps throwing on us, which I like. And we'll start with Philly Fresh. Go ahead and give us your breakout player for this game for offense and defense. Go ahead. Who you got?
Oh man, I usually go last, but I go first, man. I'll take it. On defense, I know this is going to be an easy one, but I'm gonna take it off the board. I got Will Parks on defense, man. I think he's the guy. I think he's the F factor. I said that about an hour ago. You know what I mean? I feel as though he's the S factor on offense. Man, I need Miles Sanders. I need Miles Sanders to be more implemented in this game. I need him to be, if not be able to run the football, I need him in the slot. I need him on the outside. He can do everything. He literally can do everything. So they are my 2 guys, Will Parks and Miles Sanders.
Okay.
Go ahead, Gate.
All right. So defensively, I'm going Casey Toolhill. Oh, hang on. I just got a text message.
I don't understand that. I said that I don't understand that.
Apparently, Casey Toolhill got claimed. That's a whole nother topic.
He's on the Washington football team, right?
Yeah, bro. That's another one with Howie. But defensively, on the real, since he said Will Parks, I'm going to say Darius Slay. Darius Slay's got to be that number 1 corner that can lock people down. I know that's a layup, guys. I get it. But Darius Slay, offensively, who did you say offensively? I don't want to take your guy.
I said Miles.
He said Miles.
You took Miles from me, bro. All right, I want to go with Fogle because that's just too obvious. Yeah, I want to go with Fogle. That's just too obvious. I'm going to tell you who I think it needs to be. This person has got to show up because I can't defend him right now. I can't. I want to.
About my boy.
Yeah.
I just dipped on.
Zach Ertz got to show up, bro. Zach, where are you, Zach? Bro, we need you to put a GPS device on yourself and locate it. Like, come on, man. You got to show up, man. Like, it's too much. Like, Zach need to show up this game.
I agree. He need to show up for me because I got a Zach Ertz jersey. He definitely needs to show up for me.
Hey, before you
starting it,
it's on me.
Yeah, but before you do that, you can read this comment. This was a super chat that we missed.
Defense.
Yeah, LB a little late because he watching YouTube, so he a little late.
Cool. You want me to read it? It says, "With the F fan here and hate Philly. Much respect, my fellow war vet LB. I enjoy the content. Go Air Force, beat Army.
NFC East is trash.
Go Air
Force.
Right? What? Go Air Force, beat Army. You got that part mixed up. It's go Army, beat Air Force. But hey, shout out to you, man. Thank you for your service and all of that, man. I really appreciate you, man. Thank you for subscribing to, myself and the other 3 guys, man. You know what I mean? I'll be peeping your comments, man. Sorry I missed you the first time. But to get to the question, my guy on defense. Bold prediction. Carson doesn't throw a pick. To get to the question, my guy on defense, I'm gonna go with Rodney McLeod on defense because I think Rodney McLeod is going to be matched up a lot with Andrews for some reason today. I think he's going to be vital in making sure that tight end doesn't run loose on us. On the offensive side of the ball, my X factor is going to be Hightower because I don't think nobody's looking at High. They're sleeping on him a little bit, and he's getting a lot of playing time. So at some point, he's going to break out. You know what I mean? He's looking at this like if Fulgham could do this coming off the practice squad, and they're going to be honing in on making sure he don't eat again for a 3rd straight week, I'm going to get some opportunities one-on-one. I think Hightower is going to be a guy that has his game today. Now I'm not saying a 10 catch, 152 yards. I'm not saying he go Travis Fulgham on him. But I think Hightower could get like 6 receptions, 70 yards, something like that. I think Hightower's going to take a lot of pressure off of Fulgham today.
Gonna need it.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. And so I'm gonna go with on offense.
I can't say Zach Ertz until Zach Ertz show me.
Exactly. I agree. I'm gonna go with my offensive guy. I'm gonna go with let me just say it's tough because y'all took some good ones. I'm gonna have to go with I'm gonna go with Boston Scott. We haven't got no production from our second running back. Listen. Miles Sanders, we're gonna need some production from our second running back. Come on. I want Boston Scott to, just when he gets his little touches, do something with it. I'm calling it here. And on defense side of the ball, I'm gonna keep rocking with Jalen Mills because we need help on the other side. We need Jalen Mills to just stop flexing for a tackle and do that swag when get a deflection. Don't allow these guys to run all through you. Hey,
man, get a turnover.
Exactly.
Get a turn. Like can my quarterback get some short fields? Special teams. Can my quarterback get some short fields? Every time we punt, if y'all don't peep, every time we punt, I just see our guys just running down the field, not blocking or picking up anybody. Is it just me? Am I tripping? Because when I look on the screen, I don't see no blocks. And every time it's Boston Scott. I know you just picked him. I need you to stop returning punts. We need somebody else back there. I'm not gonna lie to you. He makes the boneheaded decisions. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But can my quarterback get some short fields, man? He got to drive the field. He got to drive like 80 to 90 yards every single series. Come on, man. Go ahead, Sean.
Real quick, I wanted to say this because it was Slim Pickens, and then Kristen came out and said, bold prediction, Carson Wentz doesn't throw a turnover. Because we tried to do the quarterback, because we know in the NFL you need your quarterback to play right. So if he has to be somewhat of a breakout player, so we're not trying to use him. Y'all took the good ones, but then I was going to just say that he has to have no turnovers. But listen, because that's another layup too. But we have zero production from our second running back. We need to get some production. That's it. But shout out to Jersey Boy. He said my favorite guys dropping facts on game day. We got to play clean and balanced game. Make Lamar throw the ball. Defense got to be disciplined. 24-21. Hey.
Birds.
Hey, Murph. Appreciate you, bro. I appreciate the shout out for the service thing, man. But I do want to distinguish something. If I'm not mistaken, LB, you were on FOB, right? Forward operating base, you were FOB, right?
What? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was on FOB Shank. I was on FOB. I was all over on every FOB in Afghanistan.
For you guys that don't know what that means, it means that LB was in danger a little more than I was in our service. He was really.
Let me find out you was the cook.
I was on the FOB. I was on the COP too. I was on the COP for 6 months. They had to airdrop my food and my water.
Shout out to
you. He was in danger zones, guys. He was in the real stuff.
No. I wished I had a cook. That's how I got my food, like in a care package, like Call of Duty, MRE. I wish I had a cook. Shit. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. We had cooks in the Navy.
No, I'm talking about Gate City.
Man,
I was talking about Gate City.
I work close with the Air Force now. I work close with the Air Force now, right? Not to get off topic, but these guys, I went to their DFAC the other day. You know what I mean? With their dining facility. If you don't know, bruh, I went to get a turkey burger, right? This shit was 5-star, bro. I'm like, y'all should have went to the Air Force, bro. It was like a 5-star gourmet turkey burger. I'm like, bro, what is this? They have real cooks. I'm like, oh man, they doing it too, man.
And it varies by base. It'll vary by base. I wasn't Air Force. I was Navy.
Exactly.
You go to Pensacola. Oh man, that galley in Pensacola, bro. Oh, dude.
Oh, in Florida.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. I heard it was nice down there too.
It was.
I had a question for y'all though. A lot of people, you got a lot of faith. You got a lot of faith in Will Parks today, man. I think he's gonna be on the pitch count. I don't think they're gonna run him out there 100%. You know what I mean? I don't think he's gonna get a lot of playing time. He been out a lot.
Yeah,
I don't know if they. I think they ideally.
But even if you don't use him, you put him on a pitch count. I at least want to see him on third downs. Can I get that?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, can I get that? Because that's when we're going to need him. You know that Ben Roethlisberger was 13 for 13 on third down, 125 yards. Yeah. Are you freaking kidding me? That's despicable, man. When you talk about defense, and it's crazy. Just 2 weeks ago, I was saying this is a top 10 defense. I said that. Y'all way to prove me wrong, y'all. Way to prove me wrong. Seriously, man. Like that was horrible. That was horrible last week, man. Yeah. It can't happen this week. Go ahead.
The only time we got off the field on third downs was the 2 times they ran the ball. If they were passing it, the chains were moving. And a couple of them were like pitch and catch. Like Ben Roethlisberger looking at our defense like, are you serious? Like, this was early in the game, but it was a 3rd and 11. I'm like, yeah, let's go. You got Darius Slay playing 15 yards off Claypool. It was like me and my son going in the backyard to play catch. That's how easy that was.
And that's BS by Jim. Because Darius Slay never played like that. He ain't playing no 15 yards off nobody, man. Jim talking about it's up to him. I mean, that's been instilled in these guys in practice to play like that, man. Darius Slay would never do. He would welcome that challenge. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. But I'm gonna let y'all know. I'm gonna let y'all know too. Like while y'all watching the game, definitely come to the Flick Chat, because I got this thing going on with Flick Chat where it's like a live chat thing going on. It'd be bananas in there, man. Definitely swing by.
You got text me to John, bro. I tried to do it from my laptop. It was acting goofy. So that's how I be watching YouTube.
Say that again.
No, you got to text it to me because I was trying to get through.
I texted to you.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead, Gate. Read this. This is for you, Gate City, and then we're gonna give our final score predictions, some last second thoughts, and we're gonna head out and do our little pregame ritual. I gotta say a lot of prayers.
Wait a minute. So are you giving one this week?
Yeah,
before everybody goes, and then you just sit there.
Yes.
All right.
The streak is over. First of all, listen. Again, I'm superstitious. If we would have won the next game, I would have kept quiet, but we lost, so the streak is over. I said it in my preview video. It's over.
Hey, my guy. He said, "My guys, I think the Eagles will be the game. I'm sorry. I think the game will be won or lost in the first couple of drives. Number 8 gets rolling early, we're screwed. But he also can't play from behind."
That's true.
Yeah, I mean,
I ain't gonna say we screwed.
You gotta get them in. If you get them in 3rd and long, bring pressure, because Baltimore is very predictable. If you put them in a 3rd and long and you bring pressure, they automatically go to 12 man. That's what they do. That's what they revert to. Get them in 3rd and long, and don't just allow them to stay in 11 man. Don't allow them to try to spread you out, because they will try to go empty back set on you. They will try to. They even ran 1 personnel last week. That's not what you think of when you think Baltimore. So I do think that LB kind of pointed this out, which is that there's an injury right now to Lamar Jackson's like foot or ankle or something. So he's a little stationary right now. So bring the pressure, dial it up.
Yeah.
Put him on his back pockets.
So I'm gonna go first. Like I said,
what is Fresh taking the picture of?
Yeah, I think just the screen. I'm like, what?
Don't be worried about it, man. I got my own monetize going
on. But yeah, so I did not predict the score for the Niners game when we came out with a W, so I try to continue that with the Steelers. We got beat, so it's over. So I got 27-24 Philly in a close one, and that's if we play, we make Lamar pass the ball. We don't get fooled with all this misdirection. We contain him, play a solid game. Carson and the whole offense, please take care of the ball, because this is a team that can make you pay if you turn the ball over, and they're going to throw you different looks. They're going to show different style blitzes. They're going to drop their linebackers in coverage and blitz their corners. They're going to do a lot of things. Marlon Humphrey just got paid, and he's hungry. That boy is a baller over there. They use Jimmy Smith as a safety now. They do a lot of different things. I got it 27-24. Hopefully we can come away. And LB, I'm definitely going to check out the Flick Chat thing, but I seen it. I'm gonna check it out though, at least for like halftime and stuff, because I'll be trying to do the play-by-plays now on my Merle Reese. Try to get my best Merle Reese out there. You know what I mean? So shout out to you though with the Flick Chat.
I don't know how you do it, Mike. I would be demonetized in like the first drive.
No. Listen. This is how it always is. Look, the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, I'm kind of calling the plays a little bit calm. Fourth quarter, everybody's just making fun of me because they're like, this guy is crazy. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm as big as a fan as all you guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's rough.
All right, where we at? Score predictions?
Yeah, I got 27-24.
Yeah.
All right, who went first?
Me, 27-24.
Mike went first.
All right, Reese, you want to go next? Or you want me to go?
Nah, no, it don't matter to me. They said we couldn't score on the 49ers. We beat them. They said we couldn't score on Pittsburgh. We put up 29 points. I got us putting up a 30 burger, man. I think that Carson Wentz is finally getting. I think that Carson Wentz is he's getting it, man. He's seeing the field much better. You know what I mean? And for him to finally have it look like a number one, you know what I mean? I think that we put up 30, man. I think they're going to get Miles Sanders more activated. You have to. You have no choice. Use your best players. I'm going to keep saying it. Use your best players. I think Zach Ertz finally gets into the game. And I think we put up a 30 burger, man. I think we're going to shot. I think they come in slagging, they come in lacking and thinking that, you know, we not an out. And then we turn it up on them, man. I got it 30-21.
Real quick, they just sent the tweet out, so that's what they're lining up. Nickel Romy Coleman is lining up next to Slay, and Mills is going back to safety. They just tweeted it. I thought Kirsten was saying, "Do you think that should be good?" But no, she's letting us know that's the lineup for the defense.
But who is Nickel Roby Coleman going to like? I could see Nickel Roby Coleman covering like.
I take back my score prediction.
Brown. I can see Hollywood Brown, but Miles Boykin's 6'4". Like,
I take back my score prediction.
I don't want him on the outside. Now I'm scared now. I don't want him on the outside.
I take back my score prediction.
That's rough.
Seriously, man. Why? Why, man?
I don't know. I don't see the science behind that one. I don't see it. So what are you going to do if they come out? What are you going to do if they come out in a 3 wide receiver set? Who going to play the slot?
Crevion LeBlanc.
Crevion can play the slot. Yeah, he can play the slot.
Strat want to play. Yeah.
But my score prediction, I'm gonna go with I got us putting up close to a 30 burger too before I saw that tweet, but I'm gonna stay with it though. I got us 28. I got us 28-17. I got us 28-17.
Man,
I got us 28-17, bro. I'm telling you, at home, I think Carson, is getting better every week. You know what I'm saying? I think Zach Ertz knows that people are not happy. I think Zach Ertz is going to start imposing his will from this week moving forward.
He better.
Man, I'll be honest with y'all. I was about to say some low-scoring game like 21-20, both defenses matching up well against both offenses, and then I just heard Nickel Roby Coleman playing outside.
41-37 in the shootout.
It might have to be 41-40 now.
It's looking like we're gearing up for a firefight.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm about to say 31-30 Philly then, I guess.
Yeah, that's
looking like we're gearing up for a firefight, man. I don't know. Maybe Nickel could play out there, man. But listen, you don't take a slot guy and turn him into a mortal man. You don't turn a god into a mortal.
Exactly.
He's a slot god. What are you doing?
Oh man, that's
But not only that, he got benched. So if he getting benched at the slot, why would you throw him on the outside? I'd rather you put Crevion LeBlanc on the outside. You know what I mean? I don't understand that move, man. I really don't.
We're gonna see, man. I'm anxious to see it, man. I'm anxious to see it. It's about to be that time, fellas.
Yeah, we definitely got to get off. But here's a sad thing, and this is what I really don't like about Jim Schwartz before we get off, is he doesn't adjust. So whatever we go into the game with, if it's working, cool. If it's not, he still lets it happen. So if Nickel Roby Coleman's getting beat in the first quarter crazily, another D coordinator will switch it out, but we're going to rock with it the whole time. So with all that being said.
Hey, Mike, let me ask you a question before we jump off. All you guys, everybody here. Do you think what happened last week with a 6'4" receiver who ran a sub 4.4, 4.42, right? Do you think Claypool got in their minds with Miles Boykin? Another 6'4" receiver, also from Notre Dame, if I'm not mistaken, who ran a 4.42 40. Do you think that got in their minds, in their heads?
Definitely, they're going to try to hit us with the same. Listen, it's the book is open. Do what you got to do. Short underneath things, wide receiver reverses.
I think you're gonna see Boykin lined up in the slot actually a lot. I think they're going, yeah.
Yep. With all that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. We got about 18 minutes before game time. Let's go Eagles. Like I said, before you get out of here, wherever you're watching it, smash that like button. If you're new to any of these guys' channels, Lord Brunson, you've been sleeping under a rock. Then if you are Philly Fresh, Gate City, and the Philly Talk podcast, make sure you subscribe and hit that like button. It's cheap, it's free, it's easy. Let's go Birds. Let's get this W. Until next time, we'll be back with the post game, hopefully with some good news. Until next